Proudly brought to you by
Coca-Cola. Available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery. Inspiring luxury. And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066. And by the STEPS 2023 National Health Survey. Visit gov.ky/steps to learn more. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel. Cayman's bigger, better network.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the Record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the Record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and the verdant trees so fair. Today is Monday, the 24th day of July 2023, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable weekend. Those of you who are on the roads of the Cayman Islands, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road. That includes using your indicators whenever you are making a change in the direction that you're going, including changing lanes. You should use your indicator. More importantly as well, you should check to ensure that the way is clear before you switch over. And it is dangerous for you to be in one lane, left lane, and to move over two additional lanes straight across at high rates of speed as well. We see that happening more and more on our roads. And while I'm talking about traffic, I want to give out kudos to the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. On weekends, yesterday, they were out there on the roads, stopping and checking on those drivers who are breaking the law, and as a result, either warning them or ticketing them as well. The more you do that, the more effective it will be, and it will certainly make our roads much safer as well. So, all road users, remember, if you observe the rules of the road, the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a belated happy birthday as well. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing to you. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I am your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. Again, this morning, it is that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson waiting to take your calls. You can call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flo. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. Email us at fortherecord, one word, fortherecord at candw.ky. WhatsApp us, 925-3261, where you can send us a text message or leave us a voice note, and you can call us from that number as well. Of course, we can only accommodate one caller at a time on that number. You can follow us on YouTube. You do that simply by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream. And don't forget, you also can follow us on Facebook as well. And to remind you that this segment of For the Record Birthday Shoutouts proudly brought to you by More Than Words, your gateway to local books and more. Connect to your culture, tap into your roots. More Than Words, located on the second floor of the Thompson Building. And Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. You can hop on board the Pizza Boat Express today. We encourage you to hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Pizza Boat, of course, they make pizza even more fun. You can pick up or you can have your pizza delivered as well. All you have to do is call 949-0000, or you can also order online via www.pizzaboat.ky. So if you know someone who's celebrating a birthday today, please share that information with us, and we will certainly give them a big shout out here on For the Record Birthday Shoutouts, which are proudly brought to you by More Than Words, your gateway to local books and more. Connect to your culture, tap into your roots. More Than Words, located on the second floor of the Thompson Building. And Pizza Boat, they are now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. You can pick up or you can have your pizza delivered as well. You can call 949-0000, or you can order online via www.pizzaboat.ky. We see that the last week, of course, we received the sad news about the passing of Mr. McFarlane Connolly, amongst other persons who passed away as well. Mr. Connolly, prominent member of Cayman Society, and he was also a member of the Council of Older Persons in the Cayman Islands as well. So on Friday, the 21st, the council issued a press release and expressing their condolences, and I want to share that with you. And in that release, there's a photograph of Mr. Connolly posing in 2019 when he was selected as one of the older persons for month ambassadors. That was when he was selected as that. So here is what has come from the Council of Older Persons. It reads, "It is with profound sadness that the Council of Older Persons sadly announces the loss of one of its stalwart members, Mr. Herman Howard McFarlane, also known as Mac Connolly. Mr. Connolly was appointed to the council in November of 2020 and served as its representative for the District of East End until his unexpected passing. As a member of the council, Mr. Connolly played a critical role in enhancing the quality of life for all older persons in the community. The council is deeply saddened and shocked to learn about the sudden and untimely passing of Mr. Connolly on Monday, the 17th of July, 2023. It is an immense loss for his family, the council, and the community as a whole, said Miss Lucille Seymour, who is the council chairperson. She goes on to say Mac, as he was affectionately known, was an integral part of the council and helped to advocate for and raise awareness to better the lives of our elderly community. Mr. Connolly will also be remembered for his time as the chair of the Cayman Islands National Conservation Council, known as the NCC, and the Cayman Islands Mission Council of the United Church of Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. He also served as an officer in the general elections in 2013, 2017, and 2021. Premier and Minister for Sustainability and Climate Resilience, Honorable Wayne Panton is quoted as said Mr. Connolly was one of the first members appointed to the National Conservation Council in 2014 and served continuously as a member until he was appointed chair in 2018, a role he held until February of 2023. Mac represented his beloved district of East End with a deep sense of pride, wisdom, and unwavering faith. He was a calm and consistent voice of common sense, intent on doing his part to ensure the Cayman Islands could advance thoughtfully and in harmony with nature, hearkening back to the way earlier generations of Caymanians interacted with, depended on, and respected their natural environment. The Premier goes on to say, on behalf of the Cayman Islands government, I would like to extend prayers for God's presence to comfort and strengthen his beloved wife and family during this difficult time. So again, that was a release by the Council of Older Persons. You heard a quote from the chairperson, Miss Lucille Seymour, as well as the Premier, the Honorable Wayne Panton of the Cayman Islands as well. Mr. Connolly certainly will be missed. Speaking to someone this morning, and they recalled that just the week before his passing, I believe that he was in the government administration building doing his part as a justice of the peace as well. So again, one more Caymanian gone too soon, will certainly be missed. This district of East End will miss him as well. And again, our sincere condolences go out to his entire family as well. Folks, with that, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. When we return, I want to talk a little bit about our older persons. And of course, the department and the ministry will continue to celebrate throughout the entire year our older persons here in the Cayman Islands. But we need to talk about what we can do as individuals to look out for our older persons, to keep in touch with them as well. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we will have that discussion. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Lincoln Benjamin Borden, 1899 to 1987.
Mr. Lincoln Borden was a well-known and highly respected citizen of East End. He served as an elected vestryman and justice of the peace for the district for 3 years, from 1956 to 1959. His name is found in the official records of the Legislative Assembly of the Cayman Islands and is listed in the Book of Records for the 150-year celebration of parliamentary democracy. He and his wife, Marcita, had 6 children.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
I love Pizza Boat. It's yummy.
It has my 2 favorite things combined, cheese and boats.
Pizza Boat makes pizza way more fun.
Hop on board the Pizza Boat Express. Kids, now Pizza Boat makes pizza even more fun. Summer is here. Lunch or dinner, let Pizza Boat bring the fun. Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
The STEPS 2023 National Health Survey has been extended to September 3rd to maximise participation and give us the best data possible. If you've been chosen to participate, please say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936 4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
It's a 24-karat summer with Digicel. In honor of our first truly COVID-free summer, Digicel is giving away $24,000. Be one of 10 to win $2,400 this July. For a chance to win, all you have to do is switch to Digicel, activate a Prime bundle, or simply pay your bill on time. It's that easy. It takes 2 minutes to get $2,400 richer. Make the choice to win today and visit a Digicel store near you.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. We will have our phone lines open for the entire show. As I promised before we went to the break, that we would talk more about our elderly and what we can do to assist them, how we should continue to focus and check on them. And I shared this with you last week, but I'm going to share it again. The fact that the Health Services Authority is now offering new geriatric services for patients 60 and over. I think this is a good point to start. And then I will share with you an article on tips for checking on elderly parents, how to manage their needs. And then I want to transition over to the heat wave that we are experiencing and how we should stay cool during the heat wave. Tips from the World Health Organization, WHO, as well. And we see this is something that we may want to think about here in the Cayman Islands. We've seen where the government has earmarked $500,000, and there's a company that will be spearheading the drive to assist vulnerable people in renovating their homes so that they can remain cool as well. And of course, we see in larger cities where public buildings that are air-conditioned are used for those persons to be able to go there and spend some time during the course of the day in an air-conditioned place. If we don't have that, it isn't going to get, based on the projections, it's not going to get any cooler. It's going to continue to remain warm as well, and that is something that we will want to look at in the Cayman Islands. We have to look at more and more ways of how we are going to keep our older persons comfortable and safe as well. So the press release on the new geriatric service for patients. So it says that older people living in the Cayman Islands will now be able to access specialized geriatric medical care through the Health Services Authority. And they can do that through the specialist clinic, which is located at the Smith Road Medical Center. Goes on to say that geriatric medical care involves the study, diagnosis, and treatment of diseases or conditions associated with older adults, including multiple chronic conditions, functional decline, dementia, and frailty. The introduction of this service will provide high-quality patient-centered care for persons 60 years of age and older, helping them to live comfortably and improve their life expectancy. Approximately 12% of the Cayman Islands population is 60 years and older, and that is according to the 2021 Population and Housing Census report. Medical doctor Dr. Delroy Jefferson noted that the expansion of the specialist clinic services to include geriatric is a result of the Health Services Authority actively addressing the medical and welfare needs of members of the community. The Cayman Islands has a growing elderly population, and as such, we must cater to these individuals requiring more attention by virtue of their age and conditions to which they are susceptible in order to ensure a better quality of life and care. And that's a quote from Dr. Jefferson. Dr. Gleister Bell also is quoted as saying that this service will be, the service will be delivered by the authority's first geriatrician, Dr. Glacier Bell, who has indicated that he takes a holistic approach to the care of older adults, addressing more the physical aspects of health. He's quoted as saying, "I get acquainted with other areas that impact their overall health, such as specific and common disorders, the social areas that have direct or indirect impact on their well-being, the psychological components, the spiritual, and more," Dr. Bell noted. Dr. Bell holds a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, a Doctor of Medicine in Family Medicine, and has specialty training in geriatric medicine, all from the University of the West Indies. He has years of experience working as a medical officer in emergency departments and as a general practitioner in Jamaica, Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, and the Health Services Authority. So, if you're interested in booking an appointment with Dr. Bell, you do not require a referral unless you are required by your health insurer for that referral. To book an appointment, you can call 949-8600 as well to book an appointment. So, what does the World Health Organization speak? Well, we're not going to go to the heat one yet. Let's talk a little bit more about taking care of our elderly, right? So, tips on checking on our elderly parents and how to manage their needs. This article, and this is coming from Senior Helpers, a website called Senior Helpers, says making sure seniors are safe, healthy, and happy in their homes is vital as it contributes to graceful aging. However, caring for seniors, especially during the holidays or when busy, can strain someone health-wise, mentally, and physically, making it hard to manage one's life in such cases. Use the following ways to ensure checking on elderly parents does not feel like a chore. Goes to say that you should develop a routine. Holidays are a busy time for some people as they're filled with personal, family, and religious responsibilities. I would say that the summer as well fits that description, especially those families that have children and whether young or in high school, where they have to focus on their activities as well. So the article goes on to say that fulfilling the duties is a great task for adult children, especially if they care for their elderly parents. If a child or caregiver has difficulty checking in on their elderly parent, they should create a consistent routine. Doing so helps them feel more in control by knowing what to expect and do at a given time. I think I can read one more paragraph before we go to the break. Caring for senior parents can be difficult if adult children neglect themselves. Children and caregivers should make time for themselves to enjoy the things that they like doing. It is important as it gives them time to relax and prevent burnout. When caring for a loved one, it is also common to have mixed feelings like guilt, anger, and worry. Adult children should learn to manage their emotions by expressing their feelings through therapy or talking to someone, as it helps reduce anxiety. Doing so also provides a healthy coping mechanism when caring for elderly persons. And some of the other tips are that you should have fun, you should set goals, you should ask for help if it is needed, we should hire caregivers, and we see that being done here in the Cayman Islands, and the Cayman Islands government also assisting in that process by providing financial support as well. Folks, with that, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. Phone lines will be open when we return. If not, we will continue to talk about looking out for our elderly, taking care of them. That is a part of our Cayman kind. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time by Price Right is 8 o'clock.
Summer is heating up.
And Priced Right is sizzling.
Splash down into Priced Right Sizzling Summer for a chance to dive into our prize pool worth over $2,000.
Between now and July 31st, your purchase of $100 or more gives you a chance to compete for one of 20 prize packs with the best summer electronics and home goods.
That'll be sure to keep you cool and your summer hot.
Promotion only valid at Priced Right at the Airport Center. For more info, go to fosters.ky/Priced Right Summer.
Summer better for less at Priced Right.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news,
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Government publishes the public consultation draft for the Cayman Islands National Energy Policy 2023 to 2050. The updated policy takes into account developments in the international, regional, and local energy sectors, as well as the renewed importance of prioritizing Cayman's shift to a sustainable energy future. The policy focuses on renewable energy, energy conservation methods, and the promotion of energy efficiency. In light of the recently released climate change risk assessment, the policy update includes new policies for energy resiliency to protect against storms, electric vehicles, and energy storage, all of which support greenhouse gas emission reductions. Updated targets in the plan call for 100% renewable energy by 2050, 100% new vehicle sales from electric vehicles by 2050, and 100% emissions reductions from electricity supply by 2050. You can find the full draft online at gov.ky. A 30-day consultation period has now been opened for you to weigh in on the updated policy. As government announces the new CHEER program designed to help offer energy initiatives for Caymanians on lower incomes and living in smaller homes, a consultant has been tapped to help pick 10 National Housing Development Trust homes that can get an energy efficiency upgrade. Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports.
As part of the Cayman Islands Energy Efficiency Program, supported by 2 grants from the Resilient, Sustainable Energy and Marine Biodiversity Program known as RESIMBID, the Ministry of Sustainability and Climate Resiliency has started working with a socio-economic consultant. The aim is to help select 10 National Housing Development Trust homes that will receive energy efficiency retrofits and rooftop solar. Over the next few weeks, the consultant will work closely with the ministry project team to develop selection criteria, shortlist households, and provide a final recommendation to the ministry. As part of this program, members of the ministry team have been visiting NHDT developments across Grand Cayman to deliver informational flyers and application forms so those residents can opt in for consideration to the program.
In other news, after the Minister of Tourism revealed on Radio Cayman's For the Record, revenue collected from tourism accommodation taxes and fees in the first half of the year has already exceeded revenue projections for the full 12 months of 2023, the opposition has come out swinging, saying the cruise sector is shrinking under the PACT administration's watch.
It has been curious to watch the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, maintain a smile while effectively telling the public, including some of his constituents, that the cruise industry will shrink substantially under his watch. This decline translates to less business and less money for our tour operators, retail salespeople, and everyone who relies on cruise passengers to make a living. The minister readily admits that the declining passengers is because the cruise lines will send fewer ships to Cayman as there are no cruise pairs here.
Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Joey Hughes, says over the past 2 years, his side has spoken out about the need to have a conversation about what the country wants for cruise tourism. He says the need for the review stems from 3 causes.
First, as we predicted during the debate over the potential for cruise berths, bigger floating resort megaships with higher spending passengers are beginning to pass by Grand Cayman. While for the next few years at least, smaller ships will still call here. They will do so in decreasing numbers. We must recognize this reality and the restraints on potential visitor numbers.
Secondly, he says the cruise market and sector itself are changing. And finally, the demands for more sustainable tourism practices are required and need adaptation in both shoreside management and marine activity. He's asking government to provide an overall strategy for the future of Cayman cruise tourism. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Julie Candler. Talks aimed at finding a compromise over the highly contentious plans for legal reforms in Israel have collapsed. Opposition MPs said earlier they'd boycott a vote on the reforms if compromise talks failed. More than 80 wildfires are now burning in Greece, with tens of thousands of residents and tourists forced to flee. The government says it's launched the biggest rescue of its kind, and the EU has sent hundreds of firefighters reinforcements along with 7 aircraft. There's been a large explosion at a military camp in the Somali capital Mogadishu. A suicide bomber detonated a device, and there are reports that at least 20 soldiers were killed. Al-Shabaab militants said they were responsible. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Where is our number again? Aha! Here it is. 945-2290.
Hello, welcome to Chicken Country Corner, Savannah. How may I help you?
Oh, hi. A friend of mine told me that you have a special on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on your award-winning Caribbean wood roasted chicken. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can buy a breast and wing dinner and get another one for half price.
Hey, that's an awesome deal. I'm coming right over to Chicken.
Buy a breast and wing dinner and get one half off is on. Only at the Chicken Savannah location. Call 945-2290. That's 945-2290.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you want to go scuba diving on your vacation, don't bedazzle your wetsuit. And you think you look great, but what you don't realize is that you look like a shiny, scaly fish. And it won't take long for a shark to notice you. Next thing you know, you're busting out every karate move you got. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance and get airlifted out to the closest hospital.
Get coverage for emergency evacuations. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Did you know that in an event of a hurricane, water designated for the purposes of drinking, cooking, and bathing must be disinfected before use? Water may be disinfected by boiling or through the use of chlorine bleach. To disinfect through boiling, simply leave the water on the fire 1 minute after it begins to boil. To disinfect with bleach, add 3 ounces of chlorine bleach to every 1,000 gallons of water. If you're not able to smell the bleach in the water after 30 minutes, then add half of the amount of bleach that was added during the initial application. Recheck the water after 15 minutes to ensure there is residual bleach smell. A residual bleach smell is an indicator that the water has been properly disinfected. For more hurricane food safety tips, visit the DEH website, www.gov.ky/DEH.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 87%. The barometric pressure is 30.03 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-northeast at 2 knots. Overnight low temperature was 83 degrees. Synopsis indicate light to moderate easterly winds and seas will continue over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours, associated with a ridge of high pressure over the Caribbean. Hazy conditions will continue as a plume of Saharan dust lingers over the western Caribbean. The forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of morning showers, and temperatures today will be in the low 90s with a heat index of 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures dipping to the mid-80s with a heat index of 90 degrees Fahrenheit for tonight. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will occur in just a minute at 12 minutes past 8, high tide this afternoon at a minute after 3, and a low tide again tonight at 8:50. The sun will set this evening at 3 minutes after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6. And the outlook is calling for an increase in cloudiness and showers from tomorrow afternoon as an upper-level cyclone drifts over the western Caribbean. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG Britk. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britk, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking, change your life. There's no great success without commitment.
As motivational speaker Tony Robbins said, individuals who succeed have a belief in the power of commitment. If there's a single belief that seems almost inseparable from success, it's that there's no great success without commitment. If you look at successful people in any field, you'll find they're not necessarily the best and the brightest, the fastest and the strongest. You'll find they're the ones with the most commitment.
Change your thinking. Change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. Encourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning. Let's take a quick look over to our roads and check in what's happening with our traffic. Coming from the east on Crew Road, traffic is steady. Some slight delays expected. Eastbound traffic on Crew Road moving on pretty good. And traffic flowing steadily coming from the east on Shamrock Road and the Linford Pearson Highway, but nothing to worry about too much. And coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, traffic is moderate, as well as on Huldah Avenue. And off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, steady but flowing traffic and moderate flow of traffic in both directions on North Sound Road. And continuing on to the Industrial Park area, traffic is moderate and traffic flowing at a good pace on Owen Roberts Drive and coming from the West Bay 4-way stop, looking pretty good. On the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions as well. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and drive safe.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Each one of us is different, and so are our health needs. Health City's executive health checks are packaged for you as an individual, including optional add-ons tailored to your health journey. We have a variety of health checks to suit your age, gender, lifestyle, and family medical history. Visit healthcity.ky to find the health check package that suits you best and book your Health City health check today. At Health City, we know healthy looks different on everyone.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old girl this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
I think I'm gonna search the town and get lost with a girl who can fill me right up with her charm.
Friends of Jamich presents a fundraising beach barbecue on Wednesday, July 26th at Coral Beach. Live music by J.R. Douglas,
Tropical Days,
High Tide,
Musical Crew,
DJ Alec, Mixmaster,
DJ Martino.
Gates open at 4 p.m. till 11 p.m. 2-for-1 happy hour, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Proudly sponsored by
The Caymanian Times, Monster Media, Radio Cayman, Young Blood Production, Coral Beach.
Part proceeds in aid of Jamich Cancer Recovery.
The Cayman Islands Passport Office is now operating extended opening hours 3 days a week until the 7th of September. The new hours will provide the public with increased access while ensuring the efficient processing of applications. The Passport Office is open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays and will maintain normal office hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays and Fridays. For more information, please visit www.gov.ky/passport-office.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have no guests in the studio. I want to focus on our older persons here in the Cayman Islands. We hear of more passing, some untimely, some may have been expected, but irrespective of how they pass, whether untimely or expected, it still hurts the same way. It hurts. There's no way of escaping that hurt. But what is important also is what we can do while they are still alive as well. Before I get back to that conversation, we did have a few birthdays. Tammy Mona Lisa Hopkins celebrating her birthday today, and Mr. Luis Vallecilio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Luis Vallecilio, who's celebrating his birthday today as well. So I want to lay a little foundation for this, and I'm not an expert on older persons, other than I can say I know about myself. I know about me, and I'm in that category as well, but I'm not an expert. I have no qualifications in that area, but there are lots of things on the internet, and you basically look for those things on there that are certainly verifiable and that makes sense. So first, I have looked at the life expectancy for the Caribbean, and basically what they've done is included the life expectancy for Latin America and the Caribbean. So in this year, 2023, the life expectancy is 76.07 years of age. That's the life expectancy, the current life expectancy. That is a 1.1 increase from 2022, because it was in 2022, it was 75.24 years. And we have seen the life expectancy increase as a result of new techniques in medicine, healthier living, exercising, all of those things, the various diets that people are on, all of those things are important. Don't forget now that in the Caribbean, if we really go back in our history, and this may sound controversial to some, but when we go back in our history, in the days of slavery, for black and endangered persons, remember the diets that existed then, they were based on what the slave owners allowed you to eat. So all of the rundowns and all of those things, they were all part of our survival. We found a way to combine foods to survive. Now, it may have become a delicacy and may have become the in thing to talk about, rundowns and the traditional foods of various countries. But bear in mind that a lot of that was determined by the conditions, the living conditions that people lived under, and it was slavery at that point in time. Relied on ground provisions and everything, relied on seafood, but we need to bear that in mind as well. So with improvements in various areas, we have seen the life expectancy increase in areas, including the Caribbean, to the point where in 2023, we're up to 76.07 years as a life expectancy. Okay, so finished with that part. So let's look at some more tips for taking care of elderly. And I want to have deference and respect for those persons who have recently lost loved ones. But we see in some jurisdictions where, because of failure to keep in touch, you never know when someone has passed on, someone may be in some form of difficulty, at home, and if they're not checked on. So my first words of caution to you and to plead to your conscience and to your humanity is that if you know someone who's elderly, they do not necessarily have to be related to you in any way. Of course, they're related because they're part of the human race, and we're all that. So they're related to that extent. Check on them. If it means giving them a call, are you okay? You know how proud Caymanians are. They will tell you they're okay when they're not okay because they don't want. Sometimes they don't want to necessarily ask for something, but we need to continue to check on our elderly. Someone you know, someone you may not know, just check on them. And we know that there are civic organizations out there who are providing meals for elderly persons. In many instances, or in all instances, I would say that they are meals that are tailored in such a way that they're designed to ensure that you get a healthy meal as well. And we want to say kudos to those organizations who do that as well. So here, from another website, are tips for taking care of elderly loved ones. And it starts by saying that there comes a time for many people when they need to start taking care of elderly loved ones. When that time arrives, your family, for your family, you want to be sure that the older adult is treated with respect, treated with love, treated with patience. While the adjustment may be stressful for you, it's important to remember that it is not easy for your loved one to become dependent on you or others for their care. And I'll pause there for a second. These are my words. And some elder persons do not want to have to impose on family or friends, and as a result of that, they will not complain, they will not ask, they will just go on bearing that burden, carrying whatever burdens they have on their shoulders as well. So you have to be also able to recognize and identify that trait as well, that the person really needs help, but they're not asking for it. So article goes on to say that it may be helpful to become familiar with different ways to provide the best care that can possibly be given. So here are 12 ways to care for elderly adults and loved ones. But before we go there, since I want to enumerate all 12 of them, we're going to take a commercial break, and then when we return, we'll get on those 12 ways to care for older adult loved ones. They don't, and bear in mind, they do not necessarily have to be a part of your family as well, because they are family, because they're part of the human race. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Are you ready for a midsummer miracle? Get ready for the Christmas in July sale at Tortuga and discount retail stores. All July, Tortuga is bringing exclusive Red Dot deals in store. Discover incredible savings on selected items that will make your summer merrier. But hurry, the Red Dot deal is available while stock lasts during regular store trading hours. Don't miss the once in a summertime offer to save on your favorite beverages and more with Christmas in July. Visit a Tortuga and discount retail stores near you.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you are remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Hey, is your phone slow, overheating, and dropping important calls? Don't fret. This summer, it's time to flip out with Digicel. Introducing the all-new Samsung Flip 4 with its sleek design and cutting-edge features. You'll flip into the summer in style and confidence. This summer, you can grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4, all just for $145. Flip into the summer with Digicel. Visit a Digicel store near you and grab the all-new Samsung Flip 4 and the amazing 7-day Prime Ultra plan today.
The STEPS 2023 National Health Survey has been extended to September 3rd to maximise participation and give us the best data possible. If you've been chosen to participate, please say yes to Step 3. For more information, contact the STEPS team on 936 4969 or email mhwsteps@gov.ky.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. We're talking about our elderly persons, what we can do to assist them. We know that we are all experiencing the extreme heat wave, not only in the Cayman Islands, but worldwide as well, I guess, except in the southern hemisphere where basically it is much cooler because the southern hemisphere, winter, when it's summer for us, it's winter, for them. One of our listeners has written and said, I think when we talk about Older Persons Month, we need to change that to Nation Builders Month instead, because if it weren't for them, we would not be living the good life and enjoying the fruit of their labor today. We all need to thank them for their hard labor because we are losing them very quickly, and may God continue to bless the ones that we have left. And I think that is well said. I couldn't put it better myself, and I want to thank that listener for sharing that with us as well. So let's look at the 12 ways that we can care for an older adult loud person. There are many ways to help the older adult in your life stay safe and feel cared for. While it may seem overwhelming at first, extending care can help both of you feel more connected during the later stages of life. So here are the 12 ways. Number 1, visit often. This article says your loved one needs social interaction with you. And by visiting, you get the reassurance that they are safe, healthy, and they are doing well. During your visit, it's always best to check around their home for any issues that may need to be addressed. For instance, you may want to check the overall cleanliness of the house, or if anything is broken that may be fixed. Also, do a routine check of their food supply, laundry, male, and plants. I'm going to take a pause for a second just to say to you, during the course of the show, if time allows, I will also share with you another press release from the government in relation to the R3 Foundation and the launch of the new housing repair program as well, which is directed towards our vulnerable and our elderly, and I will share that with you. So, number one, visit often. Number two, and this is where our Health Services Authority comes in, and I shared with you earlier that a new geriatric clinic being established, located in the Smith Road Plaza. So, number two, check medication. Be sure that your loved one has adequate supplies of their medication. It is important that all their prescriptions are filled and refilled as needed. If they are on a number of medications, it is best to buy a pill box organizer with compartments labeled with the days of the week as well as AM and PM doses. This can help simplify their medication taking process. Also, if a new medication is prescribed, be sure to ask the doctor or pharmacist about potential side effects or possible interactions with current medications. Here's another one, hire help. And this is where Cayman Islands government comes in, and we know that Cineco does provide financial assistance for those who need it, as well. This one, it says here that there may be the need to hire a helper or aide or a different type of older adult caretaker. This could be someone who helps your loved ones with their daily activities, such as showering, errands, or housekeeping. If it isn't someone you know personally, then you should always check references or go through a licensed agency. And I must say that we have those here in the Cayman Islands now, licensed agency that will provide those services as well. It goes on to say that this may be a fee that is included in your household budget, or depending on available resources, might be a service that is available for free or for a nominal fee. And like I said before, that assistance is given by Cineco. Here's another one, number 4, and it seems like as if, our government or agencies are on track with many of these things. Make home modifications. And like I said before, I'm going to share that article with you, the R3 organization that will be looking at new housing repair program for our elderly and vulnerable. So, suggestion number 4, make home modifications. It is best to take a good look around the home and assess what may be a safety hazard when taking care of elderly adults. Some may be simple fixes, while other modifications may be more involved. They may include checking the overall lighting in the house to make sure it is bright enough. And I'm going to pause there for a second, because there are many businesses, and it is not only older people that suffer from this. There are other persons who have issues with their eyesight, and so many places that you go into and it is dark. You have to stand and wait a few seconds for your eyes to adjust to it. Yes, we know that people are complaining about the electricity bill and CUC and everything, but brighten it up a little bit so when those older persons enter your premises, they can actually see. Remember, you could be liable if they trip over something as well and injure themselves, so you need to do that. So, checking the overall lighting in the house to make sure it is bright enough, installing a raised toilet. That's important because as you get a little bit older, you're not able to get down as low as you normally would. Install a ramp or wheelchair or walkers. Installing handrails and grab bars at the toilet and shower. Making sure cables, cords, and wires are safely tucked away to prevent potential falls. Making sure there are non-skid mats or strips in the shower or bathtub or any other potential slippery area of the house. Plugging in a few auto sensor night lights throughout the home so they are able to see if they if they wake up at night. Removing extra clutter that is lying around or furniture that is in the way. Removing small rugs or ones that have raised edges that could potentially cause stumbles or catch on walkers or canes. Also testing or installing smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. I'm going to pause there for a second, and I saw an article now also where questions are being raised about those persons who use gas stoves as well, and whether or not some of the noxious fumes coming from gas stoves may be one of the causes of some types of cancers as well. Just wanted to share that with you. Here's another one. Take care of paperwork. While you are taking care of an elderly loved one's personal needs in the present, you may also want to be sure that you are prepared for the future. Make sure everything is up to date and completed when it comes to their important paperwork. This may include discussing their will or deciding on a power of attorney. These conversations can be challenging, but they are essential in order to ensure that your loved one is prepared once the task is complete. It will give you both peace of mind. And I'm going to add to that, while you are helping them with their paperwork and wills and everything else, make sure that you are honest about it. Don't do anything to try to trick them or to insert your name so that you can obtain a benefit that they may not want to extend to you. So be honest about what you are doing as well, because we have heard and we see cases where close friends, persons in positions of authority, and family members have taken advantage of their elderly persons, their older relatives as well. Here's another one. Watch for driving issues. And we know how stubborn older persons can be when it comes to driving. There may come a time when your loved one may no longer be able to drive due to decline in their eyesight or reaction times. It is important to assess their driving abilities, and when it does become an issue, offer other options that may be helpful. For example, you may consider hiring a driver or using a delivery service for groceries. Number 8, keep them active. This is so important. Keep them active. And it shouldn't be once a month or something like that. It should be often. It is important to keep older adults active and involved. Exercise is important when taking care of elderly loved ones in order to keep them healthy, and can even reduce their risk of falls. Unfortunately, it is not unusual for older individuals to become isolated, lonely, or even suffer from depression, especially if they have lost their spouse. It is important that they remain involved with their family and friends, or even venture out to make a new connection. There may be resources in your community that offer activities that will help your loved ones stay social and active. And I want to take this opportunity to give a big shout out to the Department of Children and Family Services, to the Commission of Older Persons, and all of those other organizations in the Cayman Islands that do so much for our elderly. But there is always more that we can do, maybe not as organizations, but as individuals as well. And that is what I'm trying to do today, to implore upon you to identify someone. If you don't know someone, find someone who's elderly, check on them, keep in touch with them, help them wherever you can as well. Have to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Are you ready for a midsummer miracle? Get ready for the Christmas in July sale at Tortuga and discount retail stores. All July, Tortuga is bringing exclusive Red Dot deals in store. Discover incredible savings on selected items that will make your summer merrier. But hurry, the Red Dot deal is available while stock lasts during regular store trading hours. Don't miss the once in a summertime offer to save on your favorite beverages and more with Christmas in July. Visit a Tortuga and discount retail stores near you.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget, our Custom Closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
West Bay Pharmacy, personalized medicine, customized care to meet your specific needs. Your body is unique to you. Your medicine should be too. Whether you're seeking individual-specific medication, correct size dosages, or simply better tasting medicine, ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about how compounding at West Bay Pharmacy can increase your treatment options, not only for your family, but for your pets too. West Bay Pharmacy, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays and most holidays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I'm sharing an article with you on 12 tips on how to take care of our elderly loved ones. And I want to stress that it is not, the person doesn't necessarily have to be a family member, of yours. It could be someone who you know. It could be a neighbor. It could be an old school friend, the person that you attended school with, and you continue to keep in touch with them, or you may not have, and it may be a good time to check with them as well. So 12 ways on how you can take care of your loved ones when they're aging, and what they say, 60 years of age, basically you're considered a older person at age 60. Number 9, supply healthy meals. And it says your loved one may not have the ability or desire to cook for themselves. It is important that they are well fed in order to stay healthy. Even if your schedule doesn't allow you to cook meals regularly, you can prepare a few meals in advance. In addition, your loved ones may qualify for assisted meal services such as Meals on Wheels, depending on their situation, or prefer to sign up for a different deliverable meal plan. Some of these meal plans can even accommodate special requests such as meals for those with diabetes. The other suggestion is to use tech tools. There are some ways of using technology to your advantage when taking care of elderly loved ones. For example, you can install a camera or a motion sensor to keep watch over them when you are away. A camera system can help you keep you informed about falls, how much they are moving, and provide other important information. There are also systems your older loved ones can use in order to alert you if something is wrong. One option is a life alert system that provides a button your loved one can press in order to receive immediate help. Using this system will require you to convince your loved ones to wear it at all times, just in case an accident occurs. Number 11, arrange a schedule. It is best to try to arrange a schedule between you and other family members to help your elderly loved ones when it comes to bathing, doctor appointments, errands, shopping, cooking, cleaning, etc. If necessary, you may need to hire someone to help with some of these tasks to give you and other members of your family a break from the constant demands of their schedule. A schedule will not only help keep your life structured and organized, but will help your loved one know what's on the agenda as well. And last but not least, utilize available resources. Says that there are many resources available for the elderly. These resources may be through the government, which here in the Cayman Islands we rely heavily on, or community-based as well. And we have many of our clubs, the various social organizations that provide assistance as well. And all of these may be based on the availability of resources, as well as you may also be able to take advantage of food stipends, workout equipment, or services to get a doctor's appointment. Do your research and see what your loved ones qualify for and how it could benefit them. You may be surprised at what is available. And then, of course, what they also advise you is to, you also want to take care of yourself. So you must remain both physically and mentally healthy in order to take care of anyone else. Those who are taking care of elderly loved ones have been found to experience higher rates of stress, anxiety, and depression. If possible, divide the responsibilities between your spouse, other family members, and anyone else that you trust and that is able to lend a helping hand. It is important that you don't forget to take breaks, get away a bit, and enjoy your life as well. You may feel that you need to be there in order to take care of the older adult in your life, but you also need to show up for yourself and recognize your own needs. And when it talks about taking a break and maybe traveling, if that older person is mobile enough that they can go with you, take them along. Don't feel in any way that they are a burden, or don't feel embarrassed, that you have to move a little bit slower, or that you have to ask for additional assistance for them as well. Take care of them. One of the things that we all want to remember, those of you who are young today, that if you are lucky in life, you will reach that stage at some point in time as well, and you will require the same assistance. And remember what the Bible says, do unto others as you shall have them do unto you, as you would want them to do unto you. We need to take care of our elderly. They are important. There are so many ways that we can do that. There are some who feel, well, I'll just provide the financial resources and have someone else take care of them. To me, that is not enough. If those elderly persons are the ones who raised you, who, when you were a baby, stayed up all night taking care of you, took you to the doctor and everything else, you should return the favor now as well. So I have about 2 minutes before we go to our headline news. Let's very quickly, I said I'm going to share the article with you, and I'll just read the introductory part of it. So the R3 has launched a new housing repair program. That again is a part of taking care of our vulnerable and our elderly. So as the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season begins, the R3 Cayman Foundation is launching a new program to ensure local families are safe, dry, and protected against future storms by repairing damaged homes. The project builds on the foundation set by a previous partnership between R3 Cayman Foundation, Resilience Cayman, and the Cayman Islands Government Ministry of Investment, Innovation, and Social Development to repair Caymanian-owned homes previously damaged by storms or otherwise unable to withstand future natural disasters. The new program is funded through a $500,000 grant from the R3 Cayman Foundation and aims to build community readiness and safeguard lives and property from the impacts of severe weather events. R3 Chairman Dale Crowley said the impacts of unsafe housing on human health, safety, and well-being cannot be underestimated. I'm going to pause there, share the rest of it with you after we return from Headline News. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
The tourism ministry and the team at Cayman Airways are announcing a new route today. There will be several people, including the minister, in attendance at an 11 a.m. press briefing, which is set to be held at the government administration building later today. Israeli MPs have passed into law a highly controversial bill despite mass protests which aim to thwart it. The law removes the power of the Supreme Court to overrule government actions it considers unreasonable. It's the first in a series of bitterly contested reforms aimed at curbing the powers of courts to be approved. The planned reforms have triggered some of the biggest protests in Israel's history, with opponents warning they imperil Israel as a democracy. And Russia has accused Ukraine of being behind a drone attack that damaged at least 2 buildings in the capital early this morning. The Russian Defense Ministry said 2 drones were, quote, suppressed and crashed, adding that there were no casualties. Russia's state-owned TASS news agency reported that 1 drone fell close to the Defense Ministry. Ukrainian officials are yet to have commented. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority.
It's one of the best moments of your life when you welcome your baby into the world. The HSA's experienced women's health and maternity team provides the highest quality of care throughout your pregnancy and delivery. As a JCI accredited hospital, we are the leader in maternal care, safely delivering over 700 babies annually. Visit hsa.ky for more information. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. I'm focusing on the care of older persons in the Cayman Islands, and I must say that I fall into that category as well. Way into that category. So when I'm speaking, for older persons, I'm including myself in that. So I have to declare an interest in this, folks, and I just have declared my interest as well. One of our listeners has written and said, good morning. As a senior person, I'm grateful for the discussion that you're having concerning the elderly. Would you please encourage the government to put a proper transportation system in place that could assist the elderly with their shopping and other errands, as well as doctor's appointments, etc.? I'm one of those seniors who doesn't like to drive anymore. At times, some of us would be willing to take the bus, which would keep us from being reliant on others. And I want to thank that person. And I'm going to say there too, also, we have to start to think outside of the box as well. Now, we have 3 major supermarkets in the Cayman Islands. And then then we have other outlets as well, like Cost You Less and Price Right. They do have their human resource departments. I am sure that they have those as well. But do they have also any entity within their organizations that looks at the elderly, how they can accommodate the elderly? Yes, you can have your food delivery services. You can order and have it delivered. But what about some of these supermarkets providing transport for elderly persons to come? We know that they have, Ms. Susan, I believe they still have this, right? There's some supermarkets that have a discount on a certain day, like on a Wednesday or whatever, for older persons. But how about providing transportation? This person has said they don't want to drive anymore. They don't like to drive. But until government can get that transportation system in place, how about the supermarkets doing that? Or how about some, of our clubs, the social clubs, Lions, Rotary, what's the other one? Whichever ones are out there. How about them partnering with the supermarkets? Maybe it's done. Maybe they're doing it. And if they are, we would like to hear, about that as well. But those people are spending money with you, whether or not it's their own money or whether or not it is a stipend that they receive from the Cayman Islands government. They're spending their money with you. What is wrong with the, and this is the area that I live in, countryside, providing a bus? We have all of the tools at our disposal. We shouldn't be using technology to scam older persons out of their money. We shouldn't be doing that. What we should be doing with that data is knowing who wants to come to the store to shop, make arrangements for them to be picked up, to be taken to the store, make arrangements for your staff who are on the floor to assist them. We're in a small community here. We are in a position to provide bespoke services to our elderly persons. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we can do something that is unique to the Cayman Islands. All we have to do is to think about it. So, food for thought between Children and Family Services and others. Let's encourage the supermarkets, the other outlets. Get information about your elderly, those who want to come to the store, those who don't want to drive, those who don't have transportation. Get that information, get that data, and Ms. Susan, we got an incoming call coming in on our WhatsApp. Get that information and let's use it so that those of us who are in the latter stages of our lives can still enjoy, can get out there, can circulate, can enjoy as well. We do have a caller, Ms. Susan. You want to take the caller? Let's go to the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good subject you're talking about. You say you fall in the senior citizen line.
Oh,
too?
yes.
I didn't know.
Yes. Right in there. Right there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you can relate to it as well, Mr. Connor. The topic that you're on is a very good one, and a lot of people, Caymanian people, I mean the real Caymanian people, you know what I mean, are suffering and they're complaining about it just over this weekend. The prices and the little couple of dollars that we are all getting, we can only pay one bill with that, Mr. Connor. And I don't know if the government is thinking about us to assist us, because the older we get and the prices keep going up, it's getting worse and worse. And you can watch people on payday. Everybody do this good and has the same trend. From the water company to the internet company, and what is left, Foster's, and they go home. And nothing left to do any maintenance in the house and anything to take care of the gardeners or anything. And I'm just wondering, because prices are going up, the utilities are going up, but it's no increase on the salaries, and it's the senior citizens that is hurting, that is suffering, because they have no income. So I just bringing that to the forefront. The one I guess it probably hitting you in some areas too, because we're all in the same boat together as elderly people now, and nobody has no control on the pricing. CUC keep going up, water keep going up, all the expenses keep going up, but the wages are staying the same thing. So I don't know. I don't know. And my condolences are going to Dusty and the family there, the passing, you know.
Okay, yes. The funeral is going to be on the 6th of August at the Seafarers Hall.
Yeah, thank you. And another thing, being you mentioned Seafarers, I tell you what, we are going fast too. The Seafarers are going fast, and I'm saying what gonna happen to the Seafarers, although they have invited some of the children of the Seafarers and stuff, but they are not really interested or into that field, because remember, after National Book Days, everything has been forgotten. I mean, it's just a few of us that is left. It's just a few of us that is left on the relay seafarers. I don't know what's gonna happen, but Mr. Connor, the government need to look in to trying to raise something that we can live a little more comfortable. You're not gonna be able to save anything, but at least you can be able to pay off all your bills at the end of the month, because the bills keep going up. Everybody's keep going up. The gardeners keep going up. Everything, you know.
Yep.
So I just brought that to the forefront. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, caller, for that. We have another caller on hold, but so that we don't have to interrupt to go to a commercial break, we're going to take the commercial break and we're going to go straight to the next caller. So please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
So much happening so fast, too much. It is hard for me to follow my health care instructions. The private counseling with West Bay Pharmacy literally saved my life.
At West Bay Pharmacy, we know how complex medications can be. Our pharmacists are delighted to offer you personalized one-on-one healthcare counseling, free medication review, therapeutic callbacks, and we will liaise with your physician to ensure you receive the best in quality medical care.
Quality of life has a whole new meaning with the right pharmacy to support you. Thank you, West Bay Pharmacy.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner. Now you can WhatsApp your West Bay Pharmacy prescriptions to 516-0777.
No, man. I'm tired of seeing a new charge on my phone bill every month.
You are always complaining about that bill. I think it's time you make that switch to Digicel.
I've been with my network for more than a decade. I don't know if I want to move over now.
Well, better later than never. When you switch to Digicel, you get better speeds, more data, and simply more value. Best of all, no dishonest practices. What they say is what you get. Make that switch today and get 50% off your first 2 months.
50% off my first 2 months? Mary, you're convincing me now. Okay, I'll visit a Digicel store near me.
Experience the bigger, better network. Switch your postpaid number to Digicel for 50% off your first 2 months or get a free 30-day Prime bundle for prepaid customers. Make the switch today.
The STEPS 2023 National Health Survey is now in full swing, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness would like to thank the community for their ongoing support of this endeavor. Participants who have completed Steps 1 and 2 of the survey are reminded to complete Step 3 by July the 31st. Any survey participant needing additional support or information can contact mhwsteps@gov.ky or call 936-4969.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. This summer, I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, and now Panama. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal this summer.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
and Cayman, get ready as Roma United Sports Club, Jake and Money, and Kingston 62 present the official Jamaica Independence Celebration. Friday, August 4 at the Lion Center, featuring live from Jamaica, Tess and Chin, alongside the 5th Division Band. Also, Leroy Evans, Terry Williams, and Cayman's best dancers. Lots of prizes and giveaways, kids talent contest, best dress competition, and much more. Held here from 5 to 9 p.m. Get your PSA, diabetes, and blood pressure check for free. It's Jamaica Independence Celebration, Friday, August 4 at the Lion Center. Sponsored by Best Dressed Chicken, Popeyes, Digicel, Royal Medical, Kmart, Cost You Less, Radio Cayman, Breeze FM, Cayman Airways, iCool Air Conditioning, and Cayman Hair and Beauty Supply.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. I have several WhatsApp messages and with suggestions and everything. It is not surprising, but it is gratifying, how many people are listening, how many people have commented on this as well. And I want to thank you for your interest. Thank you for sharing those suggestions and thoughts with me. And I'm going to be sharing them with our audience if time allows as well. But we do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record.
Good morning, Doc. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good, and I hope that I can reach the age that you're at and be as healthy, mentally and physically as you are as well. And I know you can tell us about your secrets.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. For the Record, let me say it's a pity that you didn't have some sort of roundtable discussion about this very, very important topic.
Yeah, and we will be having that as well because we have once a month, but because of the holidays, I just happened to decide to talk about this because of the heat wave and stuff like that, and I sort of went off on a tangent more on other things, but I'll come back to the heat situation as well, the heat wave that's affecting everyone.
Yeah, let me share with you some of the experiences that I had. When I was in my younger adult days, when I was going to college in New York Community College of Arts and Applied Sciences, I lived in a home in Brooklyn with 7 other students. They're from different places in South Carolina, all those places. Mm-hmm. And the house was owned by an old gentleman from Aruba called Mr. Duncan. Mm-hmm. And he was an excellent cook. I think he cooked in a restaurant somewhere in New York, but we used to contribute funds for him to cook for us on the weekends.
Okay. And
I had a student. I was a friend of a student called Logie, and he was from Staten Island or someplace. Or anyway, he asked me one weekend to go with him to visit his parents, mm-hmm. and I thought, gee, that's great. I am going to go to his house now and have a great time with his parents and probably get some good meals that he used to tell me about, all these baked potatoes and they call them baked yams, mm-hmm, and things like this and whatnot. And I got on the subway with him, and we traveled, and we had to change trains, and we went all the way out to Long Island. And I said, gee, he lives all the way out here. And when I got to the destination, it was an old folks' home. Mm-hmm. And I was so disappointed because I had never seen one of those in my life. At the time, I didn't know anything about old folks' home. I had never heard that word in Cayman.
Yep.
And it's because our tradition in those days was that our grandparents and parents lived with us. They were the backbone of our family. They help raise the children. They pass on the family traditions and the community and the cultural and the traditions of our ancestors, and they were part of us. Mm-hmm. All parents and grandparents died in the house in which they lived, and I'll never forget back in I think it was back in the 80s, early 80s, when I heard that they were building an old folks home, and I remember my family, my grandmother's side, donated the property in which the old folks home is on now. That would belong to the Nixons, and they donated that family. Nick Godfrey was my cousin. We were talking about that just weeks ago, and I was surprised that we had changed our culture to adopt these things that I saw in other places, which were sort of foreign to me, and it was so alienated. It was so alienative to me, of how people put their family out someplace else, and I want to visit them maybe once or twice a year, Christmas or holidays or something, and so forth. That never happened in my society. Every family I know, rich or poor, in those days took care of their family, and their family was their grandparents were their treasure. And several months ago, I met a young man. I was having a conversation with him, and we were talking about family and things like that. And I was surprised, Mr. For the record, that he didn't know his grandfather.
Wow.
He didn't know his grandparents' names. He didn't know those names, and I was shocked. And I said, then I realized that, well, that's common. That's common these days. That's common these days. So that's part of the erosion of our cultural perspective, because it's part of the new developing. That part of the new development came on that it happened in the 1980s, and I thought, and I believe, but I stand to be corrected, that the first initiative to put out our parents, grandparents, and stuff out of our homes and put them someplace else was during the time the Queen was coming, and in 1980, I think she opened the home. She opened a home, and I think it was a woman called Miss Andresen or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
Was the person who was responsible for getting that done. And I just don't understand that. I mean, my mother died in her house. My grandparents died in their homes, and it's like we inherited all of those things from our grandparents. We inherited their properties, their lands, that put us in a better position. And now, what they do now, they don't even wait until the grandparents die now. They sell them out, and they sell everything that their grandparents worked very hard. And I appreciate the person who called, I think one of your first callers, who said, I think they should call it some patriotic day or something like that.
Nation Builders Day.
Nation Builders Day. I think they are completely correct.
Yep.
They are the nation builders. They are the ones who left us the properties, who passed on the properties to us so that we could be comfortable and so forth. And what we did, we sold them out and then put them in a place where we didn't want to see them anymore. We visited them, and then we asked the government to take care of them. But even in other places where that has changed, the government has done much. I remember I was in England several years ago, and I was at Heathrow, and I was taking the fast train into London. And when I got to the train station to buy my ticket, the gentleman asked me if I was 60 or over, and I said yes. And he said, "Well, you don't have to buy a ticket. You can get it. You can ride free on the subways, on the government railroads, on British railroads." He said he gave me a form to fill it out, and to give it back to him. But I didn't live in England, and but I was tempted to say to give an address or something, because in those days. 7, 8 years ago, it was like £20 to take the fast train into London, and £20 to take it back. And even them, in England, you can ride all the British railways bus, trains, whatever, for free.
Well,
if you're over 60 years old, 60 years old. So it's something that we should it's part of our culture ethos that we should be discussing, and that we should be talking about, because that is some of the negative erosion of our cultural heritage, and it's very timely now, because we are I think nearly half of our population now is aging. I mean, the Caymanian people, the people who were born here, of Caymanian parents, their population is aging. If you look at the census, you'll see the last census. I mean, you'll see how the population is aging, and as your last caller said, even in the Seafarers Association, they're aging. I think there are some seafarers that are probably older than I am, but just last week, I attended a little get-together for an old seafarer who's a really good friend of mine, Mr. Devil, Mr. Ivan Farrington.
Yeah, he had a birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday, and he's 1 year older than I am, and he's going strong also, and it shows the genes that we were made from, and the lifestyle that we lived, hard work. Dependent on ourselves, dependent on our family and our friends and on our neighbors, and that is soon fading away from us. And now we are into the other 24th century of the fast foods and all of those things, and the fast lifestyles and things that some of them are good and some of them are very detrimental to our well-being. It is, but the most detrimental thing to it is that our young people don't even appreciate what those nation builders did for us, and that is a tragedy, because without knowledge, Marcus Garvey said, a tree without deep roots will always fall over in the lightest breeze, and without knowledge of who you are and where you're going, you will not arrive there safely and intact. So I just want to mention that this morning. So thank you again. Thank you again. You're always you are a person who, that I say, has always put on a great show, and you always bring relevant things to the focus, and I really appreciate the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Doc, and I appreciate your contribution as well to it. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank this person as well. This person said, let me first commend you on the subject this morning of the older persons, which is much needed. Says, in addition to all that has been said, I want to take this opportunity to share briefly about a project of Emsley Community Fellowship. I'm assuming, and that's what it is, that it might be a typo, ELIM, or maybe that is it. Says it is a ELIM Community Fellowship. ELIM Community Fellowship is a registered nonprofit organization in the Cayman Islands, and one of our commitments include catering to the ongoing spirituality of those who are no longer able to attend church. Our visitation project means taking the church to them in the comfort of their home. They get to hear their favorite Bible passages, sing their favorite songs, share in Holy Communion, and more. It is headed by resident community pastor Delphine J. Gold, Miss Judy. She is a retired civil servant, and her commitment is to serve communities as the only RCP, resident community pastor, on ground level, who's on the ground level 24/7. Along with her team, we endeavor always to share the love of Jesus, to encourage and offer hope and spiritual support in these troubled times. We also supply food baskets when supplies are available. you should feel free to call, and I'm going to repeat this number a few times. Call 322-8360 if you know an older person needing this service. So it is the ELIM, E-L-I-M, Community Fellowship, E-L-I-M, ELIM Community Fellowship. You can call them at 322-8360 if you know an older person who needs the service. And I will repeat, their service that they provide is they cater to the ongoing spirituality of those who are no longer able to attend church. Their visitation project means taking care of them in the comfort of their home. They get to hear favorite Bible passages, sing their favorite songs, share in the Holy Communion, and more. It is headed by resident community pastor Delphine J. Gold, also known as Miss Judy. She's a retired civil servant, and her commitment is to serve communities. She's the only resident community pastor on the ground 24/7. Along with her team, we endeavor to always share the love of Jesus, to encourage and offer hope and spiritual support in these troubled times. They also supply food baskets when supplies are available. So call 322-8360. Again, I repeat, 322-8360 if you know older persons needing these services. We have 2 callers on hold. We have to take a commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Are you ready for a midsummer miracle? Get ready for the Christmas in July sale at Tortuga and discount retail stores. All July, Tortuga is bringing exclusive Red Dot deals in store. Discover incredible savings on selected items that will make your summer merrier. But hurry, the Red Dot deal is available while stock lasts during regular store trading hours. Don't miss the once in a summertime offer to save on your favorite beverages and more with Christmas in July. Visit a Tortuga and discount retail stores near you.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the record with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have 2 callers on hold. Before we go to those 2 callers, I do have a few WhatsApp messages that came in earlier, so I want to share those as well. This person says, good morning, great subject under consideration. Older persons care, pay particular attention to footwear. Shoes need to support changes in activity, gait and terrain, proper fit. Socks when necessary for ankle support. Sole to the floor grip. Orient prosthetic tools. Adjusted walker, walking sticks, wheelchair, even when pride needs adjusting. Preparation for journey and travel. Map, bathroom access, and bring self supplies to avoid surprises. Make sure you carry sanitizing accessories. Get headgear, wide brim hats. Keep moisturizing rag as well. Tune into the interests of the elderly. Reading material, radio, newscasts, hands-free phone. Respect the comfort, food choices, and desires that do not put the subject at risk. And the person says, many would truly smile as you declare older person interest when we listen. As we watch you ride, we are hardly inclined to see that part of you. Only the cultivated pepper and salt grooming betrays that. I want to thank that writer and that listener, for that interest as well. Yeah, I really try to keep going. Can't keep up necessarily with the youngsters, but I remind them that I'm out there and I'm on their wheel at all times as well. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hey, good morning, O.C.
Good morning. How are you, my friend?
I am doing good, sir. I'm doing good. I kind of was speechless when I heard you put yourself in that category, but what can you do? You not got no choice, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and you got to accept it when it comes.
You got to accept it. You got to get there someday. If life lasts long enough.
Yeah.
I just want to entertain the conversation you're having there on the elderly. That is something that has always been dear to my heart. My mother raised me that way, and I am more, like I told many people here, I am more than willing to go through this island helping the older people. And a couple been asking me for, assistance in changing out fans or lights or swapping out a pressure pump.
Mm-hmm.
Those things I do, OC. And what I ask them, I say, if one can provide water for me while I'm doing the work, I don't need nothing else. And I think that is a mentality that many should have today. And I know right now, today on this little island here, many are taking advantage of the older people to take them out and charge them a price, a fee. That is taking advantage of the elderly. See, that is wrong. And I am so against anything like that. And it's sad to know that the government doesn't have something implemented for the elderly. And I want to say that to say this. I know a dear friend of mine just come back from Grand Cayman and had to swap out flights, from what I understand. And not even to our national airlines, OC, has something set out for the senior citizens of this island.
Good point.
And don't even know, they are still charged, even changing a ticket, OC, they still charge them the full fee of swapping a ticket, the day of a ticket, they still charge them full fee. That's a senior citizen. Or a national airline supposed to be standing up for our people. And our members don't interact with these kind of things to find out what's happening. And these things happen to our seniors, and our seniors feel the effect. Like what the doc said, these people can't get out and work. They don't have no income. They don't know the feasible little things that they get from government that they have to depend on. And to know that we have a national airline that just takes advantage of them. That is, to me, that is a downright shame to know that is what happens.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And our senior citizens need help.
Yep.
They need help. And government wastes money everywhere they turn. But very little things you hear them put out there towards the senior citizen, helping them. Like what you were talking about, the bus system, and whoever brought up about the bus system. That's the perfect thing we need, and we need that here on the Brock. I drive a vehicle for the church, a church van. And I always ask the older people in our church, because we have quite a few, the majority of our members in the church are elderly.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, if I need help through the week, please call my number, and I will take on around the island just to drive on out through the day, make on to see the island.
That's good, and I commend you. I commend you for that, my friend. I commend you.
And I told him, I said, while we doing that, we can stop, we can have snacks, or we can stop to the store if I need to pick up on the groceries on the way.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things, because there's nobody can tell me that I can't do that in the church vehicle, because we pay for that service for the church anyway. So I said, these things, if I need, let me know, and we can get these things sorted.
Good for you.
See, that makes me feel better through the day, to know that I did something for them, because I, all my life, wanted to do so much more for my mother, my father, but the Lord took them earlier before I could get a chance to even fulfill all that I wanted to do. So now that I am still here, that I can do for these that are here, these older ones, that is my goal, Lucy, and that is what I am destined to do, to stand up for them, to do something for them. But like I say again, I am so disappointed to know that our government officials, whoever is falls the Cayman, our national airline falls under, portfolio falls under. I am hoping that if they hear something from what I'm speaking and get that sorted out, our seniors can benefit from being on these flights.
And don't forget now that Cayman Airways has a board of directors as well, and some ideas may come from the minister who's has responsibility for it, but there's no reason why those ideas can't come from board members as well. We know that former employees of Cayman Airways do benefit from the travel privileges, even though it may be on a what is it called, space available basis. But, I wouldn't just blame the government, but I would also point the finger at the board of directors of Cayman Airways.
But yeah, I didn't know who to point the finger at directly, but now that you notify me, I know now exactly. Yeah, and that is sad, because like what you said, those that are benefiting from that space available, they can pay $75 and fly to the United States. But our seniors, if they got to swap their ticket over for another day, they got to pay $75 to change that ticket.
Yep. Caller, I want to thank you very much for that. I want to share one WhatsApp message here that along the same lines that you spoke about just now, and then we have to go to a commercial break. We still have two callers on hold, but thank you very much, and kudos to you for what you do over in the BRAC for our older persons as well. This person says, good morning, Mr. Usi. Thanks for the program this morning. What's happening also is that people who are receiving the Siemens money or the money from the needs assessment unit the money is being sent to someone's account, and that person is not giving the money to the legitimate beneficiary. Government needs to look into this too. The people receiving the money should have to look out for the person, not give them $400 or $500 and pocket the balance. Wrong is wrong. Let's take the commercial break, and we still have two callers on hold. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Grand Cayman, are you ready?
Crystal Entertainment presents Sweet Sensation, a 70s, 80s, and 90s disco party. This is a grown-up event taking place at the Westin Hotel in the Governor's air-conditioned ballroom on Friday, July 28th. Gates open at 7 p.m. Dress nice and smart and come out to dance the night away. Admission is $50. Get your tickets early from Fashion Mart, Event Pro, and Crystal Entertainment. Entertainment by DJ Slaughter Rich, Mixmaster DJ, and for the first time in Cayman from Canada, Global DJ Skybolt. Sponsored by Island Taste, Fashion Mart, and Crystal Entertainment.
Get your Sweet Sensation tickets early and enter to win a 65-inch Samsung TV.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Are you feeling sick but don't feel ill enough to go to the doctor? Ask your pharmacist for advice. Here at West Bay Pharmacy, our pharmacists have been trained to offer helpful, easy-to-understand advice on the treatment of everyday minor ailments for yourself and all the family. Anything from headaches, cough, and sore throat to cold sores, our pharmacists will know when medical help is needed and will not hesitate to refer you to your doctor if your symptoms demand it. Like doctors, our pharmacists have a professional code, which means all personal information you give them will be treated in the strictest confidence. Visit us today at West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. This conversation started out this morning. I wanted to talk about the heat wave and, how we keep ourselves cool, especially our elderly. But it has gotten a little bit broader than that. And I am grateful for all of the comments that have been made. And I just want to make it clear that I am not in any way trying to take on the responsibilities of the Department of Children and Family Services, nor the Needs Assessment Unit, nor the ministry. This is just a topic that I wanted to talk about. Like I said before, once per month, the Department of Children and Family Services, in conjunction with the Commission of Older Persons, are dedicated to coming on For the Record, doing segments on various things as well. So this was not intended in any way to supplement any of that. This conversation just came up simply because of the heat wave that the whole planet is experiencing at this point in time. We still have 2 callers. We want to take those callers, and I still have several other email, some WhatsApp messages that I want to share as well. So we're going to ask each caller to be brief so I can share that information. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm enjoying the heat. That's a lie.
Yes.
I live with it.
Yep.
Yeah, but we can't do a lot about the heat, but what we can do is to help our own people. And talk about the heat. We should have something in place for the older homes and solar panels thing from 30 years ago. We don't want about that. And I was talking about the older people. In 2 months' time, I would be 65 years old.
Okay, congrats.
I didn't thought I would live it. I thought it was going to kill me a long time ago. And that ain't no lie. You know that. But, see, with the older people, and I watch this in Cayman, we have a lot of old people up here, right? Mr. Jefford said with gray hairs, and they don't respect gray hair in Cayman. No. It's very Cayman, you know, they respect gray hair. I own a liquor store, and I own a farm. And all of my produce from my farm, I take 50 cents off of the pound for all of the seamen in the farm now. All of them.
Good for you. Good for you.
It's 50 cents off. And when I give them stuff, they say, Elvis, should I get my little thing from the government? I can afford that. I'll pay you more. And I said, look here, pray for the ring so we can get more next year. That's all I want you to do.
Yep.
And they say, my son, that's why your trees are growing so good, you know, because you give. And my uncle, my grandfather, all of them told me, son, if you give, you will get.
That is so
Not
true.
Not necessarily from all of them that you give, but somebody you will get help along the way, and your children and their children, they will get help along the way. It shall go on. May the circle be unbroken. Now, see, I can just change the other subject. I'm not gonna be long.
Okay.
Now, you heard me talking about my little business in the block, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the minister were on there a couple of days ago, that I wrote him a letter from 2019.
The former minister.
Yeah, former minister. Good. but he hoping to be a minister again. Now, you can put up the archives that I have publicly got on my Facebook, on the radio, and supported the PPM government loud and clear. And like what they said, it turned their back on Paul Bogle. And all I asking is for a chance to survive. And I asked that man, I talked to him, and he didn't even, well, you see, he didn't give an answer over the radio. He could say, well, I'll just talk about that another time. He went off on his legislative raid. But it's, things will come through. Anyhow, the big boys is in Kimmerbrook now.
Okay.
And all I want to do, you remember what he told me? Oh, if you drop the prices, you can move in. And everybody says, Kimmerbrook is busting open. Kimmerbrook is bust open. Everywhere you look, you see people buying land. It is going to happen. Oh, see, when you see the big boys coming in investing money, you know what I mean? They smell the rose.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
They're not, look here, they're not looking at the forest from the outside. They're looking at it from overhead.
Mm-hmm.
You get my drift, my brother?
Yep.
But anyhow, Mr. Joey, Mr. Roy, and all that won't help on their own people. Right? On the time will come when I will need help. On the time will come. And I got...
Very quickly, I'm running out of time.
Yeah. I got to tell it to my grandchildren to just watch what they done your grandfather and watch when their time comes. You mightn't be able to tell me, but you can say, Papa told me that 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yep.
Also, you have a nice day, my
Thank
brother.
you. You do the same as well. We still have 2 callers on hold. Need people to be as brief because I do have persons who have contributed also by sending us messages in as well. So this one says subject of public transportation could be a public trading company which would invite Caymanian investors to help fund similar to Bo Miller's infrastructure fund idea that never happened. This would help return Caymanians to more ownership. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Moderator. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, sir. How are you? Good to hear your voice. Haven't heard you in quite a while. Hope all is well.
Yeah, thank you. You should take a note of that because I don't know that I'll be coming on the air too much because there comes a time when you have to face reality. And what I see that we're living in extraordinary times, my friend. Talk is cheap, but it takes money to buy whiskey. Okay, we're talking about the heat wave and so on and so forth and about keeping the elderly comfortable and what have you. There was a friend of mine who I didn't know till maybe a few days. I understand he was found someplace in the woods or something. And making a diligent inquiry, I understand that he was a diabetic.
Mm.
Yeah, he was probably in his, probably 75, 76 or something. But this is what we're talking about, the elderly, that who is not capable of looking after themselves. And these people are I say it publicly, you know me, I'm Orman, and I got a big mouth when I need to have it. They are putting up a smoke screen, that's all I see, a camouflage about caring. And I'm not saying that all is 100%, but it really pains my heart to see, especially indigenous Caymanians, what's happening to the Cayman population. Just take them out fast as they can. That's my impression. Nothing is being said about trying to see that they're properly cared for. Let's get back to the heat wave and all of the heat. I am preaching that you cannot control the heat wave by having air condition and solar panels. In my place here, I'm trying to create nothing less than a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
The best filtering for the heat is proper shade.
Yes.
Why people can't understand instill that into their mind that we need to take a different avenue.
Approach. Yeah.
A little bit more I want to say. You see all of these developers coming in, they couldn't care less. All they see before their eyes is greed, development, and money. Why don't we take note and see what some of the people in Brazil has done? When they had people of real concern went down to Brazil from other European countries and showed the Brazilian people what was taking place.
Yes.
You know what they done? A lot of those people bought the heavy equipment, they run them out the land, and now Brazil is one of the first countries.
Deforestation, yes, yeah.
And one of the first countries to do what? The first country probably producing more orange juice than any other place in the world.
Yeah.
But here they're coming in here and putting the smoke screen over our eyes, and look what's happening to the Pole Cayman Islands.
Tearing down our vegetation.
Country.
Yep.
Listen, I know my time is limited, but I wish I had got on a little earlier because I have a lot more to say. But
yep.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
We up Dire Straits. Sorry. Thank you very much.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution as well. Last caller for the morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How you doing?
I'm good, Lord Graham. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I'm calling today on behalf of two individuals who are sort of kind of reluctant to call in. You know how some of the Caymanians are. They don't want to display their voice on the radio. So this one elderly gentleman called me and said that you were talking about elderly people in the community, and they think that people who are coming in and marrying Caymanians, they should change this law where they don't get status by marrying a Caymanian, but they will only get like a residence. And even after they are divorced or whatever, then they would automatically lose that, and then they would have to reapply on their own.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
provide an incentive for them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You say that should be looked into, and that should be done because he know of a lot of his age group who are losing a lot of their property and different things, like people who are marrying them, and then they're requiring, the whole thing, if they pass, they're requiring half in the divorce or something like that. So I think that should be looked into, and nobody should be given Cayman status, period. Just a resident to remain on island until you messed up or you do something wrong. And the next one is, next gentleman mentioned that the premier has a time limit on being in office. The governor has a time limit. And I think the police commissioner might have a time limit too, he said. And he thinks that the attorney general should actually have a time limit too, a 4-year time limit, instead of enjoying the civil servant status. He should be a time limit on him also.
Right. Now, I would harp on that one as well. There's no reason. We know Bermuda. They keep talking about Bermuda, that the constitution that they have is a pre-independent one. Well, Bermuda still isn't independent, and it is still functioning. In Bermuda, they can choose their attorney general. He can be. I stand to be corrected, but I believe the Attorney General could actually be a minister of cabinet. Means it can be an elected person as well as someone chosen from the private sector as well. We have retained our Attorney General as a civil servant, and we need to move away from that as well. We have sufficient legally trained persons in the Cayman Islands who can serve in our parliament and can be our attorney general as well. So I would support that person's point. Nothing to do with the individual holding the position. It has to do with the position.
We're just talking about the position itself.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, OC.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, this conversation went in another direction this morning, and I think what it shows in terms of the feedback that I have received, WhatsApp messages, emails, as well as callers calling in, even though many of them waited until the last to call in, I'm sure many of them were listening as well, or they may have been doing other things, and then someone called and said, oh, OC's talking about older persons this morning. You may want to listen as well. It goes to show you that the concern is out there, that this conversation needs to continue to take place, because when I speak about in our closing comments about being our brothers and our sisters keepers, and speaking about those who are more vulnerable in our society, that includes part and parcel of our older persons as well. And remember now, they think that you're old when from the time you reach 60 and plus. Now, you may see the commercials out there on American TV that age is only a number and mine is unlisted. That may be true, and that you may want to feel that way, but there are others who are feeling their age as well. And so this conversation needs to continue to take place. And like I said before, this was not intended in any way to supplement the discussion that the Children and Family Services and in conjunction with our Commission on Older Persons of older persons taking place as well. And I'm sure we will resume next month. But this conversation was prompted by the heat wave, people being exposed. And there was a time when in Cayman we could deal with the heat. You put on your straw hat and you got out there. But the type of heat that we are enduring now, that we're experiencing now, is something else. I thought it had to do with the fact that we were just getting older, but everyone is complaining, young and old as well. So it's a new phenomenon that is taking place, and that is, let me put a word out there to all of you climate deniers as well. The climate is changing. And let me put a word out there to all of you developers as well that are looking to put down concrete and asphalt. You better start planting trees as well. You heard one of our callers speak about the fact, about creating as much shade as possible. That may have its downside as well when the hurricane season, but just make sure that the trees are far enough from your dwelling place, as well as your the electrical lines and the telephone lines as well. So folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. And again, I remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters keepers, young and old. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, young and old, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. So I say to you, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Sterling Dwayne Banks at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands that were developed by those who we now consider to be old. Have a great day. God bless.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Coca-Cola. Available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery. Inspiring luxury. And JN Money. From abroad to yard. Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066. And by the STEPS 2023 National Health Survey. Visit gov.ky/steps to learn more. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at Twitter.